hey. I promise I'll keep it safe. Hey, this is my hey Raz. This was my trade from agent session when I went live earlier. I'm just still in it. I'll keep it safe. These trade only stocks. This not stocks, bro. This is US 30. It's the Dow Jones. This is indices. Mm, I'll keep it safe. Hey, hey. I'll keep it safe. Mhm. Do you know about DXY? DXY is a basket of currencies to show you how strong the dollar is. Say is DXY bullish or bearish? I don't know. Let's see. Daily time frame overall bullish as we break above these highs right over here. For time frame overall bullish as we break above this high right over here. 1 hour time frame overall bullish, breaking above this high right over here. Daily 4 hour and 1 hour are all bullish, making a new high on the DXY. So I will say we're bullish. This is our 1 hour current high. This is our 1 hour previous high. This is our 1 hour previous high low. I think we could be in a retracement phase of overall bullish market, but technically we're still bullish. Price could sell off for a little bit to give you a retracement of this overall bullish move, but a retracement isn't a sign of reversal. A retracement is just a retracement until a reversal. Price doesn't reverse until it comes down here to take this low. Other than that, could just be a deep retracement for continuation higher off of this 97.500 area. Are you in anything? Yes, I am in this US 30 sale. And 50 was good, bro. Them net 100 sales you had earlier was played out pretty cool. Pretty cool. Where is it? So it went pretty slow, but speed some profit up here. Slow, just like US 30. I just woke up, bro. Yeah, I remember you saying the shorts earlier. Well, appearances, this is US 30. I need a real mentor that I can high five back. What you mean high five, bro? I can need a mentor in person. US 30 is equal to YM. Yeah, if you trade futures, US 30 and YM is the same thing. This is just the Dow Jones. Okay, trading in person might be the fast and most efficient way to learn. Why you say that? What do you think a mentor can offer you in person that they can't offer you online? You bullshit someone face to face, power for them to scam you in person? Nah, no, it ain't. Think about this. Them pandemic traders was getting scammed for months, doing a full on meetups. It's still getting scammed. I say any solid info and homework to be corrected. I would do homework as a mentor. I already did homework in my Discord community. Um, from my YouTube. So made a YouTube video about price action, and I left homework in the end of the video for price action. And I had people that watched that video that's a part of my Discord community submit their homework inside this homework section. And I reviewed the homework and gave feedback. So you don't need to be in person to give homework. I had traded with real people and it was fun during in the COVID. Yeah, trading with people is always better than trading by yourself, bro. Trading by yourself is boring as fuck. That's why I live trade. I trade by myself. I'm super bored. SYI. Nah. Why are you trading? This is US 30. What's good? Doji. Dodgy. What platform you looking at, Art? Not from the futures or Top Step? Neither. I don't trade futures. I trade on the Forex platforms. Art, all you gotta do is look that up, bro. That's definitely not true. I did too. I thought that too. But trading views is where remarkable charts at. I actually like trading view. Dum dum da 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 dum dum da da da. Trading view markets are not closed. Your broker is probably just not accepting orders. Your broker probably just not accepting orders at the time, or we both my broker, or they don't do after hours trading when it comes to trading New York session versus trading other sessions. What time frame is this? This is the 1 hour. I'm just getting into trading. What is the best videos or advice for beginners? The best advice for beginners is to first coming into trading, you should be trying to learn the language. Learn how we talk when it comes to our vocabulary words. Our vocabulary words like bullish, bearish, long, shorts, higher highs, higher lows, price action, breakup structure, change of character, reversal. Learn the language. After you learn the language, then you watch people live trade because you get more value out of people watching people that live trade opposed to just watching videos. Reason being is because everybody looks good on videos, right? Videos, YouTube videos, TikTok videos, whatever. That is just a highlight tape compared to an athlete, right? Everybody gonna look like they know what they're talking about. Everybody gonna look like they're a good trader based off of their videos because they're only gonna post their wins. So videos are just highlight reels. That's just like an athlete going, just like basketball players going to look good in a highlight tape because again, it's their highlights. Everybody looks good. But that's why I tell you watch people that live trade because you see their ups and their downs. See when they're winning, when they're losing, when they're on the losing streak, how they deal with that losing streak. See how they enter, how they exit, why they trade the way they trade. Their full breakdown from start to finish. You see their emotional control while they're in the trade when it goes to stop loss or when it goes in profit. See how they manage risk. You see all of that stuff in real time as opposed to just watching the video. For a beginner, go on YouTube. I was gonna mute myself, but it came too fast. For YouTube, type in this right over here: FX Alex G Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Forex. It's a 4-hour long beginner's video. This video will teach you the terms and the language of a trader. Watch this video and you have a basic understanding on what trading is and some of our vocabulary words and what we use, things of that nature, like the tools and stuff like that. Then watch people that live trade. That way you understand what they're talking about. It's about a 4-hour long video. Is your target running low? I'm targeting this low down here. What's the strategy here? I trade break and retest. I trade break and retest. I use high time frame directional buys to determine a clear direction. Once I have that clear direction, I go to the 5-minute time frame to enter based off of my directional bias. So I'm gonna do a trade review right now. So when I first come to the chart, I go to the daily time frame just to get it, just to establish direction. Let's go to the daily. I'm asking myself, are we bullish or bearish? Here on the daily time frame, we're bullish. How do I know? Because price made a new high up here as it broke above this previous high right over here. Daily time frame is bullish. Look at the 4-hour time frame. Ask myself, are we bullish or bearish? We are bearish. How do I know? Price made a new high, breaking above this high to the left-hand side right over here. This is the lowest point price went before making that new high, which is all the way up here. And as you can see, price came down here to take out this low. This lets you know that the 4-hour is bearish. Looking at our bearish structure on the 4-hour time frame, we have clear, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We have clear bearish structure on the 4-hour time frame. So that lets me know that sellers are in control. And I'll do the same exact thing on the 1-hour time frame. I go to 1-hour time frame and ask myself, are buyers or sellers in control? Sellers are in control. How do I know? We made a new high as price broke above this high right over here. This is the lowest point price went before making that new high. This low eventually got taken out where we shift into bearish momentum. Looking at our bearish momentum, looks very similar to the 1-hour and 4-hour. We have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Overall bearish on the 1-hour time frame. Knowing that I have my daily remumbling, hold on. I had something in my mouth. Understanding that the daily is bullish, 4-hour is bearish, 1-hour is bearish. It makes more sense to sell as opposed to taking buys, just because I have more time frames telling me to sell when it comes to directional bias versus being bullish. So I'm only looking for selling opportunities. Now I'm selling based off a break of this previous low, a retest, and I'm anticipating a continuation based off of this price action. If I draw a Fibonacci tool from the highest point of the push to the lowest point of this push, as you see, we have a 618% rejection, 61.8% rejection at this level after a retracement. This lets me know I'm selling at a premium price. So, it's pretty good when it comes to risk to reward. So price pullback into this fib level, started to slow down in volume. Was anticipating that this bearish momentum could continue after rejecting off of this area. Look at the 5-minute time frame for entry. So all I waited for was the bullish momentum to die out in the 5-minute time frame, in confluence with the overall 1 hour and 4 hour time frames all being bearish. Looking at our 1 hour price section, look at our 5-minute price section. We have a clear higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, where buyers were in control. Price eventually came down to take out this low, where sellers regained control. This is where I decided to sell. Stop loss above these highs and looking to target these lows. So that's how I trade. Higher time frame, directional bias alongside 5-minute entries at a 1 hour fib level. Bro, entered during consolidation. Yeah, I entered the trade during agent session. When I entered the trade, it was not consolidating. I mean, you clearly see we have clear structure going higher and a shift in structure here. It started to consolidate after I entered, meaning we started just chop right here. So I didn't enter during consolidation because it wasn't consolidating when I entered. It's consolidating now that I'm already in. But are you trading? This is US 30 or the Dow Jones. US 30 if you trade Forex, or indices. If you trade futures, this is YM. So YM and US 30 is the same exact thing, just different ticker. Well, same ticker, just different platform. What trading journal do you use? I use Notion. I got a custom trading journal from Notion. It's no fun because the market's going to go up or down, guaranteed. Yeah, so the market either go up or down. You just got to be on the right side of the market. That's it. What do you trade? I trade a variety of different pairs, but right now I am trading US 30. Everything you see here to the right of my face cam is my watch list. I trade all of these pairs here. So I trade gold, no GC. Yes, I do trade gold. No ink or NQ. Yes, I trade NQ as well. I'm just not trading it right now. I focus on the quality of the trade and not just being in any given trade on one of those pairs, right? So if other pairs looks more high quality than gold or NQ, then I just simply won't trade it. I'll trade something that looks more clean when it comes to price action. So I focus on the quality of the trade opposed to being in a trade on a specific pair. So understanding that gold right now is, where is it? Gold right now is overall inside of consolidation. I don't want to trade inside this range. So instead of trying to force a trade inside this range, trying to sell here or buy down here, knowing that it's consolidating here, when it's in the indecision level, I will preferably wait for price to pick a direction above this range or below this range to take a trade continuation in either direction. And same thing with NAS 100. The overall bearish, I want to sell overall, but based off where price currently is, we already had a break and retest of this previous low. Price came down, created equal lows, and now we're creating equal highs. So I don't really want to trade while we're making equal highs and equal lows inside of consolidation. I look at this as an indecision level. So I'll wait for price to pick a decision. Either we go higher above it or lower below it. Then I trade in that direction. If we go lower, we can look to fill this range to the left hand side, fill this wick over here. If we go higher, we can look to fill this range and target these previous highs. But as far as where it's at now, it's not something I'm interested in trading. Based off of price action. Yeah, it's important to understand that the market, each pair has its own. The market moves in phases, right? Each pair is maybe in its own phase. So here are the phases. You have consolidation phase, you have retracement phase, you have expansion phases, you have reversal phases. That's the same thing. It's market cycles, right? That's the same thing as accumulation, distribution, manipulation, like things of that nature. Those are all different phases or market periods of a market cycle. It's important to understand that any trade that is counter trading is already lower quality just because it's against the overall directional bias of the market. So if sellers are in control and the market is in a retracement phase, but you're looking to try to buy that retracement, that buy is already lower quality just because you're going against the majority. So understanding that the market moves in cycles, it could be in a retracement phase during that session. So it could be bearish overall, but during London session, it's just giving you a bullish retracement, setting up to have bearish continuation during New York, right? So instead of trying to trade that that bullish retracement during London session, I would just wait for the sells to play out or show itself, and then I'll take the sells like that. However long it takes, it could be in a retracement phase for a whole day or 2 days. Instead of trying to force trades inside that retracement phase, I simply just wait, trade something that's different, that's not in a counter trend trade. So instead of trying to force trades during them, instead of trying to force lower quality trades during that market cycle, or whether it's consolidating anything like that, I just go to something else. That's why I trade all of this stuff here, because if the market doesn't look clean enough where it's lower quality trade, I'll just trade something that's more pro trend, that's actually moving, and has cleaner range to fill, looking left to current price. What are you trading right now? This is YM. If you trade futures, this is YM. If you trade Forex, this is US 30. So small class from peeping ball. Yeah, I know ball, bro. I got almost 5 years of experience as a trader. Guess how much I made today? You want me to guess the dollar amount or the percentage amount? Let's say I'm gonna say $300. Let's see if we could let's see if we could beat our max viewership that we had during Asian session. Asian session we peaked at like 77 viewers. I made 5K trading Bitcoin. Nice. Um, Asian session we peaked at 77 views. Let's see if we could get more than that this stream. Are you looking for entry? I'm already in. So whenever you see this position on the screen here, this just means I'm already in a position. So I'm actively in this US 30 trade. This is US 30. If you trade futures, it's the same as YM. So YM and US 30 is the exact same thing. NQ, I am bearish on NQ, but I just don't want to sell yet. So my overall bias for NQ is bearish as long as we stay below this lower high right over here. But where price currently is not the area that I would trade. I don't want to trade inside this overall consolidation price section. We created equal lows over here. Now we're creating equal highs at the top of this range. You could see another equal high in the continuation down, but I don't want to trade that consolidation. I would rather take a trade below this overall level down here, and we can look for a wick fill into this area. So that's what I think about NQ. I'm overall bearish bias, but based off of this current range that price is in, I don't want to participate. Is it possible to sell still on gold? Anything is possible. I'm not here to tell you what's possible. I'm here to tell you my opinion on these markets. Based off of gold, price is currently ranging on gold. I wouldn't trade inside this range, but anything is possible. It's completely up to you. Me personally, I will not trade inside this price section. This looks shitty. Buy or sell Bitcoin? I don't know. Both buy and sell at the same time. See what happens. Let me know. I'm kidding. Don't do that. I caught that move up this morning. I like the way it's moving. Oh, so you caught that low retracement? Nice. Impossible solid long on Euro FX on the 4 hour. Yeah, bro asked me to buy or sell Bitcoin. You might as well just do both of them and let me know how it happens, bro. No, somebody asked about Bitcoin earlier during Asian session, so let's look at it. You're not this. Get your head there. What you goes on? So I did say bearish on Bitcoin. I said bearish if we get a pullback and a rejection off of 111K flat. And I said we have a bearish continuation below this low right over here. You can have a bearish continuation at 108. A little below 108. So I am bearish on Bitcoin, but I just want to see a pullback into this area for bearish continuation, or a rebreak of this current low for continuation bearish. Other than that, I wouldn't want to buy Bitcoin until price closes back above 113K. This is where the 4-hour decides to go back bullish above this area. You have clean range to fill to the left hand side to fill in the rest of this imbalance that had this aggressive drop. You can look to target these previous highs if you're looking for buys above this area. Based off where price currently at, I would look for sales, just not yet. I want to see either retracement for continuation down here, up here, or a break and retest of this previous low here for continuation. What's your non-negotiable rule every trader shouldn't follow? My non-negotiable rule every trader should follow. My whole plan is a non-negotiable rule, meaning everything has to happen in order, step by step, based off the way I trade. That is non-negotiable. So I can't say one specific rule in general because my whole strategy, my whole plan is the non-negotiable. I don't do nothing outside of it. When I come to the charts during London session or any session, I do the same thing every single time, no matter what. I go to the daily time frame, 4-hour time frame, 1-hour time frame, establish direction, go to 1-hour time frame, establish levels, wait for a break and retest. That whole thing is my non-negotiable. And that's a good question, but I can't even answer it. That's crazy. It's hard to even answer that question for me because I make my whole strategy my non-negotiables. Trading gold, I'm not trading gold right now. Gold is currently consolidating. I don't really trade consolidated markets. I only trade markets that are trending. Well, I try not to trade consolidated markets, but it's overall in a big range. So I just rather not participate inside that range. If you look at gold, on the 1-hour time frame, we overall created equal highs and equal lows playing around inside this consolidation. So instead of me trying to force trades in this range, I would rather wait for price to pick a clear direction, either above or below these equal highs or equal lows, and then trade that direction. So right now, I'm only in US 30 so far. I'm looking to take a potential I'm looking to take a potential position on GU. If we could get a pullback retest into this area, price came down, tried to give me a pullback retest. This retest wasn't steep enough. So I waiting for price to take these lows right over here, tap it into the range. Then I looked for a buy continuation back up. This is a counter trade though, so this was a risky trade. This is going to be a risky trade. I'm only taking it because it's a Friday. If we could take this low, so that's what I'm waiting for another entry on another pair. Same thing on AU. On AU, going for a closure above this area, a retest and continuation. So this is a counter trade as well, but I am open to taking it. GU, we got some trades earlier in the week on GU. I'm in a runner up here. So I have a small 10% runner up here from this entry. I closed this trade full. And I took a loss back over here on GU, but now I'm looking to catch this little retracement trade. But overall, I want to sell here or sell here. This may be setting up for next week. So, but based off of current price action, I would like to buy down here. So this US 30 trade is the trade I took during Asian session. I'm still in it, but as opposed to taking another trade, I'm looking to take another trade on GU or AU, depending on if we get that retest or not. I don't mean to break your heart, but baby, that's what thugs do. If I die right now, we 25 followers off 1K, bro. Let's go. We got the 1K pretty fast when it comes to like the transition from 700 to 1K was pretty fast. I think during Asian session I gained over 50 followers. That was pretty lit. I'm following this copper Mercedes. By the drop all the time, I don't feel nothing. Swear you got it, gonna make me go kill something. Tell my shit ain't no mercy, no chill button. Not admit to so much, I don't feel nothing. This song hella old, bro, but this should be my shit when it first came out. We got 20 new followers this stream. Let's go. Shout out to the 20 people that just came in, tapping in with me, bro. For all new people, if y'all not familiar with how I trade higher time frame directional buys with lower time frame confirmation for trend continuations. I draw my levels on a 1 hour time frame. I trade break and retest of previous highs and lows using support and resistance. That's pretty much it. I've been trading for almost 5 years. I've been consistently profitable for almost 3 years in the next couple months. Yeah, that's a little bit about myself. I was watching FX Ali. Yeah, you're cooked. I mean, I'm not cooked. Shout out to FX Ali, the GOAT. Right about your time on the film, and swear you gotta remember to kill some. Tell my shit in the mercy, no chill button. You're in on gold? No, I'm not on gold. Gold is consolidating. How much he paid you to say that? How much are you getting paid to dick suck him? How much are you getting paid to negatively dick suck him? How would you answer that question? But you traded I am inside. I'm trading US 30. It's the only trade I'm in so far. Hey, bro, you gain nothing from dick sucking Alex G. Like, actually, you benefit none. So, like, what's the point of dick sucking that man, bro? What color is your Bugatti? Are you poor? Nah, bro. That they gonna make me go kill something to my. What is this? I am inside US 30. This is the same as YM. If you trade futures, this is YM, the Dow Jones, which is the same as US 30. This is the trade I am in so far. Good trade I deal with the market structure. The market is overall bearish. I was looking at a break and retest for a premium for a trade continuation of overall bear structure. I was selling at a premium price, which is 61.8% retracement of an overall bearish push. Anticipating that price could come down and retest these lows. That was the trade idea. We came pretty close to our first TP, but now we just came back to entry. Thanks for all the new followers we got this stream, bro. Bro's worrying about Alex G. Like nigga said, you watch Alex G, you're cooked. Like that's anything to say. He must be a new trader. He must be a new trader 50. That's all. I wasn't watching his video, bro. Somebody asked for a beginner video to watch, and I recommended this video. I wasn't watching the video, dumbass. Sponsored by FX Replay and Alpha Futures. What do that mean, bro? Jet, thanks for the follow, Jet. Welcome to the stream, bro. If y'all new here, to all new followers, type in the chat, how do y'all trade? What pairs do y'all trade? And how do y'all trade? Do y'all trade for value gaps? Do y'all trade support resistance? Do y'all trade supply and demand? Things of that nature. Do y'all trade super trade indicators? I don't care how you trade. Just let me know what y'all trade in the comments. I want to know. I want to get an idea on how everybody trade. Are you trading gold, bro? No, I'm not trading gold. Gold is consolidating right now. I don't trade consolidating markets. I only trade pro trend markets or trending markets. So this is Dow Jones, which is US 30, which is just, if you trade futures, it's the same as YM. They are all the same. We're looking at gold right over here. It's overall consolidating inside this price section. I don't trade consolidation markets. I'd rather wait for a price to break below or above a level to show me trend continuation after it picks a clear direction. While you're gambling right now, because it's London session. What do you think of NASDAQ right now? Are you funded? Yes, I'm funded. I trade funded capital and live capital. What do you think of NASDAQ? Let's look at it. Overall bearish bias. Our daily time frame is overall bullish. We're just in a retracement phase of an overall bullish market. So as you can see, we're bullish. How do I know? We made a new high as price broke this previous high to the left hand side. So now we're just having a retracement phase of an overall bullish market on a daily time frame specifically. Again, the 4-hour time frame, we're bearish. Maybe asking how do I know we're bearish? Because price made a new high as it broke above this previous high right over here. Created a new high. This is the lowest point price went before making that new high. Price eventually came down to take out this low, where sellers decided to take control of the market. Looking at the sellers structure, we have clear lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. So our 4-hour time frame is indeed bearish. Sellers are in control. Look at the 1-hour time frame. Very much the same. We have equal highs up here. This is the lowest point price went before making an equal high. Price came down to take out that low, where we are bearish on the 1-hour time frame. Have the same structure that looks like the 4-hour, but these lower lows and lower highs as price continued down. Had a break, a retest, and a continuation where we had equal lows forming this 1-hour time frame. Now we have equal highs forming on this 1-hour time frame. This lets you know that we have equal lows and equal highs inside the same range. This lets you know that price is consolidating right now. Still overall bearish bias because our 4 hour is bearish, 1 hour is bearish. But I wouldn't want to trade inside this price action. You could take sells here just because the bias is bearish and look to target these lows, but that's not something that I personally would take. I would rather see price re-break this current low, give me a pullback retest for a trend continuation. Now I will look to target this wick fill to the left-hand side right over here to fill in the rest of this range. Other than that, I wouldn't really want to buy because buys are counter trend. I wouldn't buy until our 4 hour goes bullish. So I look on a 4 hour time frame. I see this is the most recent high before price made a new low. So this is where the 4 hour goes back into bullish structure. So I would rather buy up here as opposed to trying to buy here because this is counter trend. Doesn't mean that buys off of this area can play out. I put a dotted line here, just letting myself know that this is a riskier position because the 1 hour may be bullish above this area. But this still would be counter trend to the 4 hour directional bias. So that's what I think about NASDAQ. Hopefully that made sense. He doesn't show any live executions. No, I don't show any live executions. I used to, not anymore. You trading demo now? No. What's the most you made? I'm gonna start getting into this business. I don't teach people based off of what it comes to the most I made, right? I don't like to answer that question. The reason why I don't want to answer that question is because I don't want new traders to come into the space looking at my results and trying to replicate it or anticipating that my results, the results I've got is the result that they're going to get as they come into the trader as a new trader. So it doesn't make sense to. I don't want to sell you that dream, right? So I teach people on a basis of percentage gains, not necessarily of dollar amount gains, right? It's important to detach yourself from the idea of a specific dollar amount and attach yourself to percentage because percentage never changes when dollar amount steadily fluctuates. Okay, 1% of 1% will always 1% will always be 1% no matter what. Okay, so if I tell you I target 5% a month, 5% a month could be anything, but it's important to attach yourself to the percentage gains, not necessarily the dollar amount, because again, you can target 5% a month overall. All you have to do is do that on a consistent basis and scale capital that way and get access to prop firms, things of that nature. So instead of trying to chase a specific dollar amount target, chase a consistent 1 to 2% on a day-to-day basis, 5 to 10% a month, and then boom. So on average, I target 5% a month. I risk 1% per trade. I target 1 to 2% a day. Some days I make more, some days I make less. It's situational, right? There's always going to be that range. Yapping for real? If you want to call it yapping, bro. I just provide value. It's up to you to take it or not. But what's the most you want to... Wait, oh yeah, I answered that question. I answered that question already. Is this practice? No. Solid percent rate? Yeah, exactly. A lot of people fail as a trader because they look at the money instead of looking at getting better at the skill. You can't tell how good you are as a trader until you could have proper risk management. And you don't practice proper risk management by full port in a $20 account, thinking you're the best trader in the world because you flipped the account. Which is what all of these niggas do on TikTok. Poor FX say I passed the account in one challenge. I passed the eval in one trade just to blow that shit the next trade. You're up late? Nah, I'm up early, bro. It's 1 a.m. I think you was here earlier when I was trading 80 session. When I got off 80 session, I went to sleep. Nah, I woke up. Exactly. They get mesmerized by dollar signs and just listen to the words. Yes, everything sounds good on paper. And then when you start to trade and you see that it's not that easy to obtain when it comes to trading on smaller capital, you get real discouraged. So it's important to just master the skill, get better as a trader, and focus on percentage gains. Get good at making 5 to 10% a month on percentage with smaller capital. Then once you know that you can do that consistently, then you take the prop firm route and go try to get funded and have that same 5 to 10% profit target on a monthly basis, and it easily transfers over. 26,640 shorts. 26,640 shorts. You're probably looking at NQ. So you're looking at shorts from here. Let's look at the lower time frames, see what you're looking at. I really don't know what you're looking at. Maybe looking at the supply level up here. Looking to short off for the supply. That's what it seems like. About 9 years ago, I threw 50 into Forex to learn and concentrated on 3-1 3-1 risk reward just to make 3. Yeah, when I first came into trading, I was chasing that risk reward too. Like I was trying to catch crazy 3-1s. But I stopped doing that shit. Hey Miles, what's good, Miles? You're in some gold buys? Good luck on your buys again. Let's see if we can get a pullback. Let's see if our pullback is happening on G or not. With our 5-minute. Okay, so G looks like it's coming down to take this low, which is good. That lets me know that we probably going to come down and take this low as well. Then we can look at take some buys off this area. Hey, I'm trying to trade live like this, but they keep flagging my what's up. Um, are are you doing it on a phone or a desktop? I'm 5 new to trading. Welcome to the laptop windows. Um, make sure your category says download the TikTok app. Make sure your category says learn, and make sure you have a webcam. This is US 30, bro. Forex US 30, which is the same as YM if you trade futures. So YM US 30 is the same thing. But make sure your category says learn. Make sure you have a webcam. That way, webcam reminds TikTok that it's live content and not necessarily a pre-recorded video. And you should be good. If it's still flagging you, then I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, it's because you don't have a webcam. So make sure you have a webcam. Ready? Put my alarm going off. Where did you start as a new trader? When I first started, I done the MLM, which was pretty shitty. All right, I took the whole MLM route. Um, yeah, but I started with Forex, and I still trade Forex to this day. MLM just means a multi-level marketing group. So it was an Instagram promotion where a bunch of people were joining this multi-level marketing group. telling me the dream of being a trader, a day trader. I joined the multi-level marketing group, anticipating that they would teach me how to trade, and they didn't. They just tried to teach me how to. They sold me the dream of a trader, then try to get me to recruit people to join, and I make money off of the recruitment process. And I didn't want to do that. So I took the information that I learned about trading, as far as it being an actual real thing, because they were trying to teach me how to trade, but it wasn't really profitable, right? They were just teaching me the fundamental basis, not actually how to trade. So I took the fundamental basis on what I knew about trading, and I went on YouTube and started looking up stuff. As I was looking up stuff, I came across other mentors, and then I eventually paid for a mentorship. And that's how I came into trading. Bro said, let me just follow the trend. What's wrong with following the trend, bro? Am I getting roasted now for taking the pro trend trade? I found a mentor on YouTube. So I'm big on watching people that live trade. So I picked somebody to watch live trade on YouTube. I kept watching them, kept watching them for free. And then the more I watched them, the more I liked them as a trader. And I eventually said, okay, I like this guy. Let me pay for his course. Pay for his mentorship so I can get some one-on-one coaching with this dude. And then he became my mentor. But I watched him for a while live trade first. That way I know what he was teaching was good or worked. Just because I watched him do it on a day-to-day basis for a long time. Hey, look, I don't think you know about session times, bro. Yeah, look, look must be a new trader as well. Do you know about session times? So if you know about session times, you would have never asked that question, bro. Well, you would have never made that statement. The market volume is slow as fuck, bro. Come on. This is Euro Tokyo. No, this is not Euro Tokyo, bro. Well, okay, Euro. Yes. Okay, Euro London session, whatever. Not Tokyo though. I don't know why you saying Tokyo. What's your mentor's YouTube? I learned from somebody called Dr. Dollar. Dr. dot space DOLLAR. Okay, what is a fast session to you? Sitting in front of charts is not trading. I mean, how else you gonna trade if you're not sitting in front of the chart? Hey, look, tell me what's a high volume time to trade for you though. What do you think a fast market look like? 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Place two trades, TP, stop loss there. Okay, do you know why 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. is so volatile? Answer that question. That's it. All right. Do you know why though? Yeah, the markets and banks are open, bro. How do I tell them? So, okay, you said specifically 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. So, what about after 10 a.m.? Do the banks close? After 10 a.m., do the banks close? Like, why stop at 10 a.m.? Why not go all the way to 4 p.m. or 5 p.m.? Okay, that's the time that it's the fastest. That is true, but you don't even know why it's the fastest. So there's this thing called sessions, right? Let me pause the music real quick so I can give a quick listen. There are something called sessions, right? You have London session, which is about 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. You have New York session, that is about 8 a.m. to about 4 p.m. You have Asian session, which is from 5 p.m. to 2 a.m. Okay? Notice that London session is from 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. Okay? New York session is 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. So that means from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., you have two sessions being volatile at the exact same time, which is London session and New York session. That is called a session overlap. So, of course, there's going to be more volume in the market when it comes to price movements around 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. because there's not just one session, it is two sessions overlapping each other. That's why so many people think New York session has the best volume. It's the fastest market. It got the most move, or the biggest move. Yes, of course it does, because it's a overlapped session, meaning two sessions are overlapping each other. That's why when London ends at 11 a.m., New York slows down. That's why you said 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. because London session. That's why after 10 a.m. is because London session dies out, and you have the New York session volume by itself without the London overlap. So London and New York session move very, very similar when it comes to volume, but New York gets highlighted because it has the London overlap. So that's why the 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. has quote unquote most volume or the fastest moves. It's because of the overlap. So to say London session now has no move is crazy. Because without the London session overlap, you wouldn't have as big of a move during New York session within that 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. live. 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. What you call it? Overlap. Yes, it does. Okay, let's look at previous London session. This is New York. Let's turn on London. This London? Okay, this is London. 1 to 6 pips max. Okay, let's look at previous data right now. Looking at previous data. London session, we have a clean aggressive drop. Pretty clean move right here. This was previous London session. Clean aggressive drop. Guess what? We have our next previous London session. Clean, this is a 3 a.m. candle. We had a retracement, clean aggressive drop continuing on through the full London session. London session right here, clean push up. London session right here, clean push up. London session right here was pretty slow. London session right here, clean drop. London session right here, clean push. Clean push. Pretty slow. Pretty slow, but overall a decent size move. Aggressive push. Aggressive push. Pretty slow. Pretty slow. Aggressive push. Aggressive push. Pretty slow. Aggressive push. Pretty slow. Pretty slow. Aggressive push. Pretty slow. Pretty slow. Pretty slow. Aggressive push. So, what do you mean 1 to 6 pips max? Like, you just turn on your session indicator and look at all the previous London sessions, and there you go, the answer. Like, why is that so hard to understand? Let's look at Nas. Let's look at Nas 100 because everybody likes to trade the famous NQ. Okay. Look at previous London session. Big push. Previous London session. Big push. Slow. Big push. Big push. Big moves. Pretty average. Pretty average. Big moves. Big moves. Big moves. Big moves. Pretty average. Big moves. Very, very, very clean. Average. Average. Big move. Slow. Big move. Big move. Average. 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 Big move. So what do you mean London session is slow? Like, look how big these moves are happening in this session. Looking at gold during London session. Big move. Big move. Big move. Pretty average. Average. Pretty slow. Average. Slow. Slow. Big move. Slow. 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 Big move. Big move. Slow. Big move. Big move. slow, big move, slow, 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 big move, slow, average, low, low, low. This is overall big ass range though. Look how big this fucking range is. Big move, big move, big move, big move, big move, big move, big move. So yeah. Look, your opinion is just been proven wrong. It's a very simple way to figure out if London has volume or not. Just look at previous London sessions and see how price performed. All right, I just got taken out this US 30 trade. We end up taking a loss here. Let's make sure this is locked so it doesn't delete off my chart. I want to see how the rest of this idea plays out. I want to see if it gives me a deeper pullback in reverse or if it just stops me out and continues down. I want to see how that actually plays out. We're going to keep this up on the charts. Let's look at GU to see if we get a. Okay, still no pullback on GU. No entries there. Looking at AU, still no closures above, no entries there. So now we just sit here and I'm gonna sit here for about another hour just to see what happens if we come back down or we continue higher, just to see um what I could have did on this position to like review the loss. I'm sitting here for about another hour. I just got stopped out on gold too. Price action looks similar. Let's look at gold. Gold is overall consolidation. Looking at the daily time frame on gold, we're overall bullish as price made a new high breaking above these previous highs to the left hand side right over here. This lets me know that we are bullish on the daily time frame. Go to the 4-hour time frame. Looking on the 4-hour time frame, bullish as well. Price made a new high above this high over here. So 4-hour time frame is bullish. Daily time frame is bullish. Let's go to the 1-hour time frame. 1-hour time frame is bearish. How do I know? Price made a new high above this previous high. Right over here. Price made a new high breaking above here. This was the lowest point price went before making that new high up here. And as you can see, this low got taken out where we transition into bearish structure where sellers were in control. Looking at this bearish structure, we have clear lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, equal lows, equal highs. So because we have equal lows, equal highs inside this same exact range, this lets you know that this is a consolidation phase. So market is now slowing down in the bearish volume, starting to consolidate in the overall bullish bias market with our 4-hour being bullish and our daily being bullish as well. So based off of the 4-hour and daily being bullish, I would rather take buys up as opposed to taking sells because sells is countertrend to the higher time frame direction of bias of the market, being as though the daily just made a new high and the 4-hour just made a new high. So being as though that our 1-hour is bearish, I really wouldn't want to buy in a bearish market, so I will wait till our 1-hour shift bullish, and that doesn't happen until price closes above these previously equal highs, which is right up here. We have these two equal highs. And as far as sells, I really wouldn't want to sell inside this consolidation because there's no clear direction here. And selling is bearish. Selling is countertrend to the overall 4-hour and the 1-hour. 4-hour and the daily time frame already showing you that buyers are in control. So sellers is countertrend. We're on a 5-minute. So let's look at the 5-minute time frame. Our 5-minute time frame was bearish back over here as price came to take this low. Looking at this bearish structure, we went back bullish above these highs over here where price decided to go back bullish on a 5-minute chart. Then we went bearish again right over here as we took this low, and now we're going back bullish as price is taking this high. So it's too many reversals happening all inside the same range. We're making new lows or making new highs repeatedly over and over and over again, showing you this consolidation. When I look at it on a higher time frame aspect, like a 15-minute or so, you can see that this is just a 15-minute retracement from this higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. It's coming up to make a new equal highs, possibly, or even a new high. But understanding that price is overall bullish on the higher time frame and this is short-term sales inside the overall range, this is a low quality trade. I would never take them sales inside this weak ass price action, especially knowing that it's counter trend. It has been covering fair value gap, so that's why I sold, but it switched. Thank you, no problem. Yeah, it does have gaps to fill, things of that nature, but overall, if the price action isn't clean, market likes to repeat itself, right? So when you have a clean move up, you can anticipate a clean move down. When you have a clean move down, you can anticipate a clean move up because the market repeats itself, okay? Understanding that when you have a choppy move up, you can expect the move down to be as choppy, or if not choppier. So because this is so choppy, where we having too many different shifting biases here, where we have some internal structure, high, higher, low, higher, high. This internal structure did shift bearish below this level and faked out the sellers and then continue higher. Then we have equal highs over here. So it's too many fake outs happening all in the same exact area. So there's no point of like this is a low quality range. There's no way I'm trading inside this shitty ass price action. That's why I trade everything you see to the right of my face cam. I trade all of this stuff because if a price action looks like this, where it's lower quality, ranging, and is breaking high, making equal highs and equal lows, and faking out sellers and faking out buyers all inside the same range, instead of being one of the people that could potentially get faked out or try to force trades inside this range, I just trade something a lot more cleaner, wait for a higher quality setup. But that's why I'm not trading gold today, because this price action looks shitty as fuck. Hopefully all of that made sense. And why did my music stop? You trade AMD? No, I don't trade AMD. But I could give you a breakdown on AMD if you want me to. Wait 45 minutes. Wait 45 minutes to London Open. That's a good idea. This is only my second loss on the week though. So I took a loss here, and I took a loss on GU here. Let's look at all the trades I took this week. My first trade was on Monday on NAS 100. So this is my first trade on Monday, NAS 100. We took a buy back here on NAS 100. Let's do a top-down analysis based off of this trade. Back here, the daily time, this was a trade over here. Daily time frame was overall bullish, making a new high. A 4-hour time frame was bullish, making a new high as well above this previous high to the left-hand side. We have a break and a retest, right? So our 4 hour was bullish, our daily is bullish, our 1 hour was bullish as well. Looking at the 1 hour time frame, we broke above this previous high looking left. I waited for price to give me a pullback retracement. Looking at this pullback retracement, Fibonacci tool, draw it from the lowest point to the highest point. We're buying at a 50% retracement, which is buying at a discount. Once I seen price start to slow down in volume at this discounted area, retesting these previous 1 hour highs right over here, I started to look for some potential buys. Looking at these potential buys off of this area on this retest, I'll drop down to the 5-minute time frame just to see the structure. Looking on the 5-minute chart, looking on the 5-minute chart back over here, I saw that price created these lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. We have 3 equal lows all at this area. Let me know that price is slowing down in momentum after this retest. I simply waited for this 5-minute structure right over here to shift bullish as price came to break above this previous 5-minute lower high. I decided to take an entry stop loss below my overall low, which was this low down here. For a conservative stop loss, I could have been a little bit more aggressive, had a tighter stop down here. But again, I'm a conservative trader. So I had stop loss below this overall low, and I look to target these highs. Well, I looked to target these highs in my first target, and then I had another runner that was up here for about a 1 to 2.5 risk to reward. That was my first trade of the week. Haven't traded US 30, not US 30, haven't traded NAS 100 since then. My second trade of the week was on EU, which was this trade right over here. This I do have a Discord. If you want to join my Discord, send me a message on TikTok, and I will send you a link to the Discord. Looking at EU, this is my second trade of the week, where we took some EU buys, which was a break-even trade. Look at the daily time frame. Where was it buy at? Okay, looking at the daily time frame, we were overall bullish as price made a new high above this previous high to the left-hand side right over here. So let's move on. We're looking for buys. Looking at the 4-hour time frame, we are still bullish again above this high right over here. That's what I was looking at. Go to the 1 hour time frame. We were shifting. We just shifted bullish as price broke above this previous lower high, and now we have a high low, a new high. I was looking at a break and retest of this area for potential trend continuation. We had our retest right over here. Looking at our retest, straight into the 5-minute time frame, where I like to enter. Go to the 5-minute time frame, just like US 30, just like NAS 100, I did the same exact thing. Look at the 5-minute search where we have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, equal lows. I waited for price to go bullish as we take out this lower high on the 5-minute chart, where I decided to take buys, stop loss below these overall lows. And I was looking to target these previous highs to the left-hand side for my first target. And then I had a future target, which would be these highs up here. That's what I was looking for. Price came all the way up, hit my first target where I decided to take partials out and then reverse and hit stop loss, meaning this was an overall break-even trade. Then we took trades on GU. So GU, we were looking to take sales here. I don't feel like doing another breakdown. We're looking to take sales here off of a break and retest of this area. I was looking at it like we faked out buyers, closed back with this side of the range. So I'm looking to take some sales here. Again, I got faked out once again, just like they faked out the buyers here, they faked out the sellers here. So I got faked out, took a loss here. Then I took a recovery trade. Price came back down below this area again. My bearish bias stayed the same. So I just simply waited for a re-entry confirmation to continue bearish bias. I didn't try to take bias because I got stopped out. I simply stuck with my bias. No one understanding that the odds of winning on sells was a lot higher than buys. So I just took another sell based off a 5-minute entry. Looking on a 5-minute time frame. Back here, I was looking at this 5-minute chart as a higher high, higher low, higher high, waiting for price to shift bearish below this area. Once we shift bearish below this area, I decided to take myself. I have my stop loss above this overall high instead of this one because I feel like this one was a little bit too aggressive and I didn't want to get stopped out before the price ran my way, just like it stopped me out over here. So I was a little bit more conservative here, had about 10 pip stop loss on GU, and then I was looking to target these lows down right over here. So this was this trade for about a 1 to 5 risk to reward, like 1 to 4.9, some shit like that, almost 1 to 5, which was pretty good. This trade recovered this trade and some more profits. Then our trade after that, we just took another trend continuation as price came and gave me a break and retest of this area here. Faked out some buyers as price closed above, closed back inside the range, gave us a break and a retest. I anticipated a continuation. Same setup once again. So go to the 5-minute chart, look at the 5-minute chart, see the detail that happened on this retest. I simply just waited for higher highs and higher lows, which we have over here. We created some equal highs. Once we've seen these equal highs, I took a sell as price came down to take out this low. Stop loss above this overall high. Target the bottom of the range for about a 1 to 1, where I decided to get out the straight full. And then this is where G is at now. So this all the trades I took this week so far. And I took this trade here, which we just lost. So this is my second loss of the week. I lost once here. I lost once on GU. I'll have a break even on EU, a win on NAS 100 for about a 1 to 2.5 R, a win on GU for about a 1 to 1 R, and another win on GU for about a 1 to 4.9 R. So we overall definitely still up on a week. Just took 2 losses, which is okay. No big deal. Yeah, that's my weekly recap. We came close to the CP1 though, so. Anger, thanks for the heart, me bro. Every time that they say it. I'm gonna stay here for about 10 more minutes. I'm not gonna stay here for the whole 2 hours like I said I was because I already lost my trade. And I'm not taking another setup. So I'm gonna play the game in like 30 minutes. I'm playing some Fortnite. I'm gonna stay here for a little bit longer, answer some questions if anybody wants to engage. Other than that, I'm just gonna chill, bro. Lost today's trade, no big deal. Out of 3, 4, 5 trades this week, 1 on NAS 100, 1 on EU, 1 on US 30, 3 on GU. 6 out of 6 trades this week, I lost 2, 1, 4. That's still good odds. Let's see. I want to see that weekly percentage. 4 divided by 6. About a 66 win percentage this week. Not the best. I average about a 73% percentage a month. So not my best performance. But we still make money, so no big deal. But even looking at my losing trades and my winning trades, it's important to understand that all of them trades look alike. Meaning, my direction bias stayed the same. My entry reasons was the same, just on my wins and my losses. Just it's important to know that it's a game of probability. Just because I have a direction and an entry criteria doesn't mean every trade is going to win. But it's also important to note that I didn't shift my trading strategy because of a loss, like, or a break even. Like I got broken even on EU. Like I didn't change my bias there, or I didn't change my strategy or my entry criteria or anything like that. It's a game of probability. Your wins, your losses are all tallied up, and is a part of a risk to reward, and is a part of a win percentage, right? So I didn't try to change the way I trade, or trade something different because of a previous trade being a loss or whatever. So pat yourself on the back if you do stuff like that. You still stay disciplined to your strategy. You still take discipline to your plan. Just let the results happen to prove yourself over time. All right, thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream, bro. That setup right there is a bullish setup. I got a question for you. Okay, I just followed the price action. If I take this off of the charts and you see this as a line, are you telling me this is a bullish market? Overall, just answer this hypothetically speaking. Overall, if you see this kind of price action, we have a lower low, a lower high, a lower low, retracement. Are you looking to try to buy this? I was in sales. I lost. I was in sales in this kind of price action. I lost the trade though. But I'm asking grown man etiquette. Looking at price action like this, would you be trying to buy this? Because he said this was the setup right there is a bullish setup. So if my trade was a bullish setup and I took a trade based off of this price action, is this something that you'll buy? Structure hasn't been broken, but that setup goes bullish 9 times out of 10. Okay, you said this setup goes bullish 9 times out of 10. So we're going to test that theory. We have a lower low, a lower high, a new low, low, a retracement. Let's see how many times it went bullish looking left. So again, lower low, lower high, lower low, a retracement. Move this line off of here. You said 9 times out of 10, it goes bullish. Guess what it did here? It did not go bullish. It continued down. So that's one time already. Lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high. Let's move it. Guess what? This setup looks just like this one. Guess what it didn't do? Go bullish. It continued down again. Let's look at previous price action, right? Let's look at the vice versa. Higher high, higher low, higher high, short-term retracement. Guess what it didn't do? Go lower. It went higher, meaning a continuation, made a new high. I have it right over there. Let's look over here. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Retracement, let's just move it to show you that it looks just like the setup I just took, where we had, again, a continuation back into these highs. So 9 times out of 10, it doesn't reverse and go bullish. It makes no sense. So that theory you just said, 9 times out of 10, it goes bullish, that's false as fuck. Just showed you based off a previous price action. All right, bro. Lost your trade. I'm up. I'm proud of you, bro. Again, you can't avoid losing, right? Losing is inevitable. You're gonna lose some trades. I'm not tripping about losing a trade, bro. Does my guy, you're reading the chart wrong? How am I reading the chart wrong? I literally just asked you, and I went based off of your answers. So I'm not reading the chart wrong. Losing trades is inevitable. You cannot avoid losing trades. You're going to lose trades. You went off market structure because that's what I trade, bro. This market structure. Why would I not follow the structure? Structure is how you predict price action, bro. Are you not trading market structure? What if you're not trading market structure? What are you trading? within that structure, that setup goes bullish. Where is your bullish confirmation reversal? Actual question. There is no bullish confirmation here. You don't see no bullish engulfing. Lower time frame. Bro, whatever, bro. I really don't care. Okay? If you win your trade, shout out to you, bro. Good trade. I don't care about losing the trade, bro. To be honest. Losses are a part of trading. My sense of direction is right majority of the time. I took 2 losses this week out of 4 trades. And I made a little over 5% this week. So I really don't care about this one ass loss. I'm gonna stay here to 2:45 and I'm getting off. I'm gonna play some Fortnite. Yes, sir. I don't delete my previous positions. So even if I take a loss, even if I come back next week, you still gonna see the same loss here. I always lock my positions on my chart. And when I come back next week and I clear my chart, you will still see them. So I always lock all my positions. So this was the last trade I took on US 30. Looking at GU, I took some GU trades back over here where we have a win, a loss. So even my losses, I don't delete them either. If I go back further, we have more GU trades back over here where we got a win back over here. We got a win back, 2 wins back over here for these cells. We got a break even right over here. This is pretty much break even. Got a win right over here. GU. Let's look at NAS 100. This was our first trade of the week right over here for about a 1 to 2.5 risk reward. Other than that, the last time we traded NAS 100 was pretty far away. We got some wins back over here on NAS 100. We traded a lot. We traded NAS 100 a lot right over here. Got a loss right over here. A win here. 2 more wins here. A win here. A win here. A win here. Look at some gold trades. Haven't traded gold in a while. Pretty much rangy as fuck. Last time I traded gold was all the way back here where we had a big fat ass loss. Right here. We had a win right over here. This was a loss though. We had a break even right over here. We have a nice win right over here for about a 1 to 4.5 risk reward. A nice win right over here for about 1 to 5R. 1 to 2 win. So I don't delete my previous positions. So this US 30 position will always stay up on the chart, and I'm proud of this loss right here, big fella. How long have you been trading though, my guy? I've been trading for about 5 years. So enter the same trade, brother. It's okay. No, it's all good, bro. I don't care about losing. I've been trading for about 5 years. I've been consistently profitable for the past a little over 2 years. In the next couple months, will make 3 years consistently profitable. So October this year makes my 5-year mark of how long I've been trading. How long you been trading, grown man? Just got info. This investing stuff. Should I invest in XRP? I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not here to give you financial advice. I'm just live streaming to showcase my outlook on the market and how I trade and my approach. So I can't tell you what you should do. And of course, do your own research. But I can tell you what I would do with XRP because I do invest in XRP. I got really good position on XRP. I bought XRP at 70 cents. I bought XRP at $1.10. I bought XRP at $1.20. I bought XRP at $2.10. I call all of those buy positions on live as well. This is the wrong chart. Okay, here we go. These are all my previous orders on XRP on a long-term basis. I've been buying XRP for a hot minute. This is my first position back in November last year. Then I caught another buyback over here at $1.70. Then I caught another buyback over here at $2.10, like I just said. Another buy over here at $2, and I caught another buy up here at $2.70. But I could tell you what I would do with XRP. So I just noticed none of my positions was locked. Look at the daily time frame on XRP. We're overall bullish. How do I know? Price made a new high, breaking above this previous high to the left-hand side. This is the lowest point price width before making a new high. Price hasn't broke this area, so this lets you know that the daily time frame is technically still bullish. Look on the 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour is definitely bearish. How do I know? Price made a new high above this previous high right over here. This was the lowest point price went before making that new high. This low eventually got taken out where we made a new low. Looking at this 4-hour price action, you have a lower low, lower high, lower low, lower high, equal lows. We shifted bullish here. Price faked out these buyers. How do I know? Because we made a new high above this previous high, lower high. Looking at that, price eventually came down to retake this low, which lets me know that we faked out buyers here. Now we're going back into bear structure. Our 4-hour is indeed bearish. This is our current low right over here. This is our current lower high in the 4-hour time frame. Let's go to the 1-hour time frame. So our 1-hour is 4-hour is bearish. Looking at our 1-hour time. Let's look at our 1-hour time frame. Our 1-hour time frame is bearish as well. How do I know? Price made a new high above this high over here, faking out some buyers. This was the lowest point price went before making a new high. Price came down to take this low. Let me know that sellers are now in control off of this big aggressive drop, right? So sellers are in control of XRP at the moment, based off of our 4-hour and our 1-hour both being bearish and our daily being bearish as well as price is making these equal lows. Well, bullish as price is making these equal lows. Technically, we are bullish because we never really we have a closure above this high over here now, and we bullish until we take this low. But our 4-hour and our 1-hour are both bearish, so sellers are definitely in control. Look at our 1-hour price action. You see, this is our current low. This was your previous low where we had a. This is your previous low where we had a break, a retest, and a continuation where price made these equal lows at. So looking at these equal lows, price is now consolidating at this area in between this lower high and this current low, giving you this range. Being though the 4-hour is already bearish and 1-hour is bearish, it will make sense to take sells if you're trading it, it would make sense to take sells below 2.7. If you take sells below 2.7, you could look to target this wick fill for your first target right over here. But as far as the structure level target, let's look left. We have clean range to fill. Look to the left-hand side where price can come to fill in the rest of this range right over here. This looks pretty clean for a long target. But if you're looking to just buy long-term and hold, I wouldn't buy at this current price action because I wouldn't want to buy a market that's already fallen. I would just wait for it to fall more to buy at a better price. I'll wait for price to continue down to show me some kind of higher low, and then I'll look for trend continuation to the upside. That will be based off of a weekly time frame. So looking at the weekly time frame, we're overall bullish. Price made a new high above this high. Now we're in a retracement phase. I'll wait for a weekly retracement into a discount. So probably take buys around. I will either take buys around 2.65 to like long-term position hold, and then look to trade it back to 3.65 or even higher. But that's what I think about XRP. How long did it take you to become profitable? About 2.5 years. I needed 150 to pass my top step account, and I lost 500 on gold. That's bad risk management. To make 150, you lost 500. Trying to make 150, terrible risk management. Get better at risk management, bro. Got to follow off of the explanation, Brody. Help me out. No problem. I trade per price action, right? I just look at the break instruction, break and retest of previous highs and previous lows. That's how I trade. In a nutshell, I think I trade fairly simple. I just mark off my, I get a clear direction based off of whether I want to buy or sell for that given day, based off of the time frames. I only take pro trend trades. After I establish my clear direction, I use my 1 hour time frame for levels. My levels will be our current low on the 1 hour time frame, our previous low on the 1 hour time frame, my current lower high. That will be my example for bearish market. In bullish market, I look at a current high, previous high, current high or low. Now I would wait for a break and retest of previous low or current low for trend continuation to go lower, or a break and retest of current high or previous high for anticipating that price to go higher based off of those structure levels. Very simple. Yeah, trying to losing $500 only needing to make 150 is either because you one over risk and lost, or you over traded and kept losing. Even if knowing that 150 was your profit target, you should at least at most risk 150. That way, if you won the trade at a 1-to-1, you would have passed the challenge. If you'd have lost the trade, you would have only lost 150. But losing 500 to try to make 150 is fucking poor risk management. The reason why I'm still looking at this US30 trade is because I'm trying to see, did I lose because of a reversal, or did I just get faked out, meaning my entry was too premature? The way I trade, based off of it being directional bias based and level based off a lower time frame confluence that aligns with higher time frame, when I lose the trade, a lot of the times it's because I was faked out. So the market can either go two ways, up or down. It can either go bullish or bearish. Understanding that you have a 50% success rate, rather buying or selling at any given time. In theory, not realistically, but in theory, because the market either go two ways. Understanding that if I could be on the right side of the market majority of the time, means though I'm selling bearish markets and buying bullish markets. In a nutshell, with that logic, if I'm on the right side of the market most of the time and I still lose a trade, it's probably because my timing was just off. Meaning I was right about my direction, but I was too early, or my stop loss was too tight, or I was too aggressive, things of that nature. So, but I don't know that until price action fills itself. So, if price breaks this high over here, this lets me know that this is a bullish reversal, and I just got faked out. Meaning my sense of directional bias was wrong. If price comes up, reject this area, and it comes back down to my target, this lets you know that my entry was premature, meaning I was too aggressive. I entered too early, and the move took me out first and then continued the way I intended it to go. So if I get stopped out and it continues to go down, I will be looking like, okay, maybe I was too aggressive here. I should have waited for a strong confirmation. Then I would deep dive into why I lost and look for a strong confirmation and say, oh, I should have did this, or next time I'll do this, things of that nature. If price continues higher and just reverses on me, I'm not going to look to try to critique that, because my sense of direction is based off of structure, and technically structure is still bearish. So if it goes bullish, this lets me know that my sense of direction was just wrong in this area, and I just got caught in the reversal. And that's how you manage. That's how you review trades, based off of the way I trade. It was all for you. I don't want to. Like, looking at that GU trade that I lost back here. Look at this GU trade that I lost back here. I left it on the chart. I'm like, okay, I'm thinking to myself, was my timing just off based off my entry? or was I just a part of the full reversal? Price did make new highs above these highs over here on a 1 hour time frame, but again, our 4 hour time frame was still bearish, and our daily time frame was still bearish around these areas. Just that price gave me a deeper retracement into this high rather than looking at this one. So this lets you know that my timing was just off. Price just gave me a deeper retracement. My timing was just off. I just had to get a better timing or a better entry. Then I gave my directional bias trade second chance over here at a different day. And again, the trade ended up winning. But just lets me know that my timing was just off right over here. So I'm trying to see if that happens on US 30. Was my timing just off and it's going to continue down, or is it just going to be a full reversal? I've been trading for about almost 5 years. October this year makes 5 years. Let's look at another trade I lost. I haven't traded gold in a while. I think, yeah, GJ. I didn't lose this. I didn't lose that either. I want to find another trade I lost. Outside of those 2 losses I just took, I don't even know the last time I lost a trade, to be honest. Okay, this is the last trade I lost back here on gold. Well, it's not the last trade, but this is the most recent one I found. So I think I lost after this on a different pair somewhere. Well, on gold, this is my last loss. Let's make this red. So I did lose these trades right over here. I took a trade right over here looking at this break and retest. Price stopped me out. It came back up in my entry, gave me a second chance entry, then stopped me out again. So my direction bias wasn't entirely wrong. We did make a new high above these highs up here. It ran for about 130 pips stop loss. It ran for about 200. It ran for about 300 pips. So almost a 1 to 3 risk reward. But it's like a 1 to 2.5 or something like that. So my direction bias wasn't wrong here when I lost these trades. Just that my entries was off. So a lot of times I lose is because my entries were just a little bit off. My sense of direction was still right though. It definitely did run a little over a 1 to 2. 130, 260 would be 1 to 2. Well, it did run a 1 to 2, so it ran for about 300. Based off of entry. Here was a break-even trade down here on gold. I had about a 150 pip stop loss. We ran about 190 pips in profit, hitting a 1 to 1. That's where I broke. That's where I ended up being break-even. So on this break-even trade, it overall was a full-on reversal. So my sense of direction was wrong here, but I did manage risk accordingly and overall got broke even. So a lot of my losses is just because my entries would be off. I normally have a good sense of direction. I'm wrapping up here. I'm in the live stream now. Yeah, I do got a free Discord community. If you want to join my free Discord community, it's completely up to you. I will be doing a live call in the Discord over the weekend to do a coaching session within my Discord community for free, based off of whoever's in there. The live call wouldn't be just. Hold on, let me finish chewing. The live Discord call wouldn't just be me sitting here talking and you watching me live trade. The live call will be you talking as well and engaging and sharing your screen so I can see the way that you manipulate the charts, things of that nature. So if that's something you're interested in, where you're not just sitting there looking at me live trade on the Discord, you'll be actively engaging, talking, things of that nature. Join the Discord. It's free of charge. It's your boy Traderholic though. I'm gonna head out. And I hope everybody enjoyed the rest of the night. I took a loss today, and no point in me trying to revenge trade this loss. Again, I'm okay with taking the loss. Ended the week in a green, a little over 5%. Took 6 trades this week. Lost 2, won 4, 1 break even. Lost 2, won 3, 1 break even. There we go. It's your boy Traderholic, and I'm wrapping up here. I'm out, chat. Hope everybody have a safe day trading. Don't overtrade, don't over risk. Again, it's a Friday. Don't blow your account on a Friday. That's the worst thing you could possibly do, is blow your account on a fucking Friday. All right? Super Traderholic, I'm out, chat. Peace. Send me a message on TikTok if you want to join the Discord, and I'll send you the link.